A California farmhouse for under $300,000? It sounds impossible. In a state where the median home price now sits at $877,000, the idea of owning land, open sky, and quiet seems like something from another decade. But that dream isn't entirely gone. Across the state, there are still 20 towns where you can find acreage, peace, and a slower pace of life. Some for 60% less than what the average Californian pays. Of course, every dollar saved comes with a trade-off. Lower prices often mean isolation, limited hospitals, or harsh summers. Yet for retirees and rural buyers who know how to use Proposition 19, which allows a property tax transfer from a sold home, owning a farmhouse here can still be a smart move. Here are 20 California towns where you can retire in a farmhouse without going broke. Alturas. Tucked into California's far northeast corner, Alturas feels like a different world. The nearest big city is hours away, and that's part of the appeal. Here, the cost of living is 61% below the state average, and it's still possible to buy a farmhouse on acreage for $280,000 to $350,000. You get real seasons, low population, and open land that stretches for miles. The Modoc Medical Center provides essential care, and a community program called Sage Stage runs regional transportation. But specialty hospitals are hours south, and groceries or supplies often require planning ahead. Alturas is for people who want quiet, space, and self-reliance, a chance to live simply and affordably, far from traffic and noise. Susanville. Further south, Susanville offers a more balanced version of rural living. The median sold price sits around $257,000, and the surrounding mountains bring 4 distinct seasons. The town is supported by the Banner Lassen Medical Center and the Diamond View VA Clinic, which means better healthcare access than most small northern towns. That's a major reason why veterans often choose to retire here. Susanville has a small downtown, local markets, and quiet neighborhoods. Winters can be cold and snowy, but for those seeking affordability with basic services nearby, it's one of the best value communities in Northern California. Clearlake. Clearlake's biggest asset is its scenery. The lake is one of the oldest in North America, surrounded by rolling hills and pine-lined ridges. Houses with land range around $300,000 to $350,000, modest by California standards. However, costs can fluctuate. Energy bills here are 34% above the national average due to older homes and long utility lines. Housing may be cheap, but maintenance adds up. Still, Clearlake offers lakeside living without the chaos of the coast. If you can handle the higher utilities and slower pace, you'll find a peaceful, budget-friendly setting for retirement or rural life. Ukiah. Ukiah sits in wine country, where vineyards meet redwood forests. Farmhouses with small acreage average around $480,000, making it pricier than far northern towns but much cheaper than coastal Mendocino. The climate is mild, the air is clean, and the downtown is lined with cafes and farmers markets. Ukiah is ideal for buyers who want rural beauty without complete isolation. A middle ground between small-town living and easy access to hospitals, shops, and cultural life. Bakersfield. Bakersfield show what's possible when you step just outside city limits. Within the metro area, median prices hover near $390,000, but in the surrounding agricultural zones, it's common to find homes on multiple acres under that mark. The city has strong infrastructure and several hospitals, including Kern Medical and Adventist Health. Bakersfield also ranks high for affordability in utilities and food. The trade-offs are air quality and summer heat. Kern County routinely tops the list for ozone levels. But for retirees wanting land, sunshine, and services within reach, Bakersfield's rural edge remains one of the best value regions in California. Visalia. A short drive north sits Visalia, known for its tree-lined neighborhoods and proximity to Sequoia National Park. Homes average about $395,000, and it's one of the safest, most stable mid-sized cities in the Central Valley. Crime sits just 3.7% above the state average, relatively low for the region. The area has strong agricultural roots and plenty of local produce markets. Air quality remains a concern, as in much of the valley, but for those who want a clean, well-kept town with a country feel, Visalia checks every box. Fresno. Fresno combines affordability with convenience. The city's average home value is around $395,000, but the real value is just beyond the city line. The rural outskirts offer acreage and quiet while staying within 20 to 30 minutes of hospitals, shopping, and dining. Downtown Fresno does have higher crime, nearly 60% above the national average, which is why the suburbs and rural edges are preferred. Buyers here get the best of both worlds, country living with city access. Ridgecrest. Ridgecrest sits in the high desert between the Sierra Nevada and Death Valley. It's remote but beautifully stark, with wide skies and clean air. The median home price sits around $380,000, and the area draws retirees who love hiking and exploration. Basic healthcare is available, but specialized treatment requires travel to larger cities. Ridgecrest suits independent retirees or anyone who values quiet over convenience, a gateway to desert adventure at a manageable price. Yucca Valley. Next to Joshua Tree National Park, Yucca Valley offers one of the most affordable ways to live in Southern California. Costs are about 61% below the state average, with properties around $400,000 still available. It's an artist-friendly desert town known for its starry nights and slow pace. Summers are extreme, reaching over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and hospitals are a long drive away. But the appeal is undeniable. Vast desert views, open land, and space to breathe. For those who love the quiet drama of the desert, Yucca Valley delivers it without millionaire prices. Thermal. Thermal sits just south of Coachella and Indio, one of the few places in Southern California where land is still inexpensive. The median home price is $309,500, and buyers often find properties with acreage under that threshold. It's sunny year-round close to Palm Springs amenities, and ideal for small-scale agriculture. The downside, summer temperatures often hit 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and services are limited. Thermal works best for retirees or homesteaders who want sunshine, space, and affordability, and don't mind the isolation of desert life. Hemet. Hemet is an established retirement community in the Inland Empire with a large base of senior services and amenities. The median sale price is $430,000, but the market is cooling. Prices dropped 6.3% year over year in September 2025. The average home spends 53 days on the market, which means less competition and more room to negotiate. Hemet attracts thousands of retirees annually because the infrastructure is already in place. Senior programs, healthcare access, and community organizations cater specifically to older residents. The surrounding agricultural areas offer acreage options for those wanting the farmhouse experience while staying connected to a larger retirement network. The trade-off is standard Inland Empire heat. Summers are intense, and you're not escaping the desert climate. But Hemet's established reputation and cooling market make it a practical choice for retirees who want stability and negotiation leverage. Brawley. Brawley sits in Imperial County, a prime agricultural center. Hobby farms here average $536,000 in listing price, with land costs estimated at $17,097 per acre. This confirms that a modest farmhouse with acreage is feasible if you're willing to embrace the dry, intense climate. The appeal is deep immersion in farming life. Imperial County is intensely agricultural, and the land is productive despite the harsh climate. For retirees who want to engage with small-scale farming or hobby agriculture, Brawley offers genuine access. Imperial County has a slightly higher effective tax rate at 1.216%, but for retirees leveraging Proposition 19 to transfer a lower base year assessment, that statutory rate becomes secondary. The real challenge is the climate, hot, dry, and unforgiving. Rio Vista. Rio Vista offers a unique Delta lifestyle with waterfront recreation. The cost of living is 43% less expensive than San Francisco and 24% lower than the California state average. For retirees relocating from major metros, this represents a significant financial advantage. Estimated farmhouse prices hover around $550,000. The appeal is the Delta environment: boating, fishing, and a water-centric lifestyle without coastal prices. Rio Vista provides a strategic location for those who want to stay within driving distance of the Bay Area while dramatically reducing their cost of living. The critical budgeting factor is energy costs, which run 37.9% higher than the U.S. national average. If you're buying an older farmhouse with acreage, that recurring utility burden will be substantial. Rio Vista works if you're prepared for those elevated energy bills and value the Delta lifestyle enough to absorb them. Grass Valley area. Grass Valley sits in the Sierra foothills of Nevada County, with a median home value around $607,888. The median sale price is $637,000, though the market has cooled recently, down 9% year over year. This is the highest entry price in the affordable set, but the location commands it. The appeal is Gold Rush history, a strong local arts community, superior air quality, and access to the Tahoe area for seasonal activities. Grass Valley offers mountain scenery, cultural richness, and a temperate climate that few other affordable towns can match. The trade-off is that higher price point. You're paying a premium for the quality of life and the scenery. If you have the capital and refuse to compromise on climate or community, Grass Valley is worth the extra investment. Sutter Creek. Sutter Creek is located in Amador County's Gold Country region, characterized by rolling hills, boutique wineries, and low population density. Estimated farmhouse prices sit around $580,000. The area is ideal for small farm plots and hobby agriculture, with a tranquil setting that appeals to retirees seeking historic charm and wine culture. Sutter Creek provides relatively easy access to Sacramento's regional hospitals and services, mitigating the typical rural healthcare challenge. The local wine scene is growing, and the historic downtown area offers cultural engagement without big city crowds. The trade-off is reliance on Sacramento area infrastructure for specialized care. You're not fully remote, but you're not close enough to walk to a hospital either. Sutter Creek works if you want foothill beauty with reasonable access to metropolitan services. Eureka. Eureka sits in Humboldt County, offering acreage in redwood and forest land rather than the dry farmland typical of the Central Valley. Estimated prices hover around $450,000, and the effective tax rate is favorable at 1.100%. The appeal is the climate: mild, often foggy, and significantly cooler than the rest of California. You're getting a temperate Pacific environment with massive outdoor recreational resources from Redwood National Park. For retirees who prefer cool, green landscapes over sun and heat, Eureka is the obvious choice. The trade-off is that cooler, foggier climate. If you're seeking warmth and sunshine, Eureka will disappoint. But if you want coastal access, redwood forests, and a mild year-round environment, Eureka delivers at a manageable price. Redding. Redding is a vital economic and medical hub for Northern California. Targeting the outskirts allows you to secure acreage at around $450,000 while retaining critical access to the city's strong regional hospital network. Redding's appeal is healthcare proximity. For retirees prioritizing immediate access to comprehensive medical care, the Redding outskirts provide the safest option north of Sacramento. You're minimizing travel time for specialist appointments and long-term care facilities while still enjoying cooler weather and mountain views. The trade-off is higher land competition near services. Properties close to Redding's infrastructure are in demand, so you'll face more buyer competition than in truly remote areas. But if healthcare access is non-negotiable, Redding outskirts are the smartest northern choice. Modesto. The Modesto Metropolitan Statistical Area is recognized for its lower cost structure. The surrounding Stanislaus County is heavily agricultural, meaning farmland and acreage are available at around $420,000, significantly lower than metropolitan centers. Modesto provides essential services and major infrastructure access while preserving the quiet agricultural buffer necessary for the farmhouse lifestyle. The location is central, making it easy to reach other parts of California without excessive travel. The trade-offs are standard Central Valley issues, air quality concerns, and the baseline agricultural environment. Modesto works if you want central location and reliable infrastructure without paying premium prices. Oxnard. Oxnard is the most coastal option on this list. The core city has high property values, but the immediate agricultural fringe of Ventura County offers rare opportunities for acreage within the Santa Maria-Santa Barbara area. Estimated prices hover around $700,000, the highest on this list. The appeal is unparalleled quality of life. You're maintaining proximity to the Pacific Ocean, accessing superior specialized medical care available in Ventura County, and living in one of California's most desirable regions. For retirees who refuse to relinquish ocean access, Oxnard outskirts provide the only viable farmhouse option near the coast. The trade-offs are price and competition. At $700,000, you're paying a premium, and land on the agricultural fringe is highly competitive. Oxnard works if you have the budget, and ocean proximity is non-negotiable. Borrego Springs. Borrego Springs sits in the vast Anza Borrego Desert on the San Diego County fringe, with estimated prices around $500,000. The town is famed as an international dark sky community, offering quiet and unparalleled stargazing for active retirees who value outdoor solitude. The appeal is the southwestern lifestyle and the dramatic desert environment. Borrego Springs offers retirement savings on the San Diego County fringe without the density or cost of the metro area. But this location carries a critical infrastructure gap. The nearest long-term care facilities and skilled nursing homes are 60 to 90 minutes away in Palm Desert, Escondido, or San Diego. If you anticipate needing complex medical care or assisted living, the distance becomes a serious risk. Borrego Springs is only feasible for healthy retirees with robust long-term care plans who are comfortable with extensive travel for specialized doctor visits. The California farmhouse dream isn't dead, it's just relocated. The towns on this list prove that affordable acreage still exists in the Golden State, but it demands strategic thinking and honest self-assessment. The inverse relationship between cost and convenience is unavoidable. Extreme savings come with extreme isolation or extreme heat, while temperate climates and cultural richness command higher prices. Proposition 19 is the financial lever that makes all of this work. Transferring your protected tax assessment to a new home anywhere in California means your property tax bill stays predictable even as you downsize or relocate. That portability turns what looks like an expensive purchase into a manageable long-term investment. The real question isn't whether you can afford a California farmhouse, it's which trade-offs you're willing to accept. Healthcare proximity or total isolation, desert heat or coastal fog, big city infrastructure or small-town quiet. Every town on this list offers a different answer, and the right choice depends entirely on your priorities, your health, and your tolerance for logistical compromise. Know your trade-offs, leverage the tax strategy, and the Golden State can still deliver open sky, genuine peace, and a few acres to call your own.